m'a pas vu, sérieux. Des mecs derrière cette porte. Tranquille. Mission de surveillance. Bah tiens. En fait tu vas dans des maisons random. Tu trouves une lettre. Tu trouves une lettre qui va te servir à élucider un putain de mystère qui vient de nulle part. On va parler un peu à tout le monde.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir. Thank you. And you are? I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr.
Strickland.
I'm a great admirer.
Mais dis donc, mais tu m'as l'air d'un sacré tocarde. Ah, tu m'as l'air d'un sacré tocarde.
I'm a great admirer of your work.
Attends.
What made you choose?
Chut. Tu auras avec plaisir.
Epidemic. Please, could you tell me something about yourself? I'm a great admirer of your work concerning... I based my tech... I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful. As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail. You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
Votre père était un tocard, McFly.
Well, it is all...
Vous êtes une famille de tocards.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times. I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science. Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation. True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now. Do you need help with anything? Well, yes, maybe.
Mais disons que je suis un professionnel en transfusion sanguine.
For my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished. Do you want me to play the errand boy for you? Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need. I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by.
Ok, il va me filer une petite mission.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Faudrait que je... Ah, Lady Ashbury.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
I don't know what you've heard about me.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Knowledge has always been and will remain our main...
It is not a question of initiative, it is a question of integrity. These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reed.
De toute façon, que ce soit à l'époque ou aujourd'hui, même les médecins ils testent des trucs sur les gens.
Seems you have bad memory.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
Avez-vous un problème avec moi? Il a pas imposé, il m'a demandé si je voulais bosser, je dis oui. Et j'ai un contrat, hein. Puis je gagne pas de fric.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Aren't you too old for such jealousy? It really won't do you any good, you know.
Don't be ridiculous, Dr. Reed.
Shame on
A
you.
simple glance is enough for me to know you have nothing for me to envy.
Since your tenure...
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego.
Bon, je vais te péter un coup de croc, ça va être vite fait.
And they're here to protect our patients.
Nouvel indice disponible.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think
Dis-moi
of
pourquoi
Dr.
toi et
Strickland's
Strickland,
enthusiasm for his
ça va
experimental
pas
research?
ensemble.
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Why do you wish to leave?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure. I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
And are you not afraid?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Ok. C'est bon.
Thank you for your
Nous en avons fini tous les deux.
Good evening, sir.
I've already heard about you, Doc.
That's quite a blunt.
You can call me Milton.
I'm not sure I understand.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since.
Ah ouais.
Old habits die hard.
Porte une arme mais tu
No
t'en
need
sers
to
jamais.
explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember...
Ah, meilleure arme.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet. With all the money.
Je sais pas pourquoi, mais j'ai trouvé ton
Yeah,
portefeuille
is my
quelque
job.
part.
So what? Is it the difference of skin color that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut.
Pipa
Not everybody is
Hawkins.
as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
What's going on between
Racontez-moi ce qui se passe dans votre lit avec
Tired of all this
avec
shit.
Pipa.
Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
Pipa, sérieusement.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Putain, mais c'est comme au lycée, quoi.
Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very
C'est
damaging.
interdit de s'aimer.
But we support each other. And that's all that
Putain.
matters.
So what do you do
Putain.
exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I'll bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
It sounds...
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside
Les
the
enculés, on
hospital.
va leur sauver la
That's
vie et
incredibly
tire
dangerous.
dessus.
Go there yourself if you
Connard.
want, but be careful, doctor. I'd rather not bring
C'est
your
toujours le
dead
métier
body back.
d'ambulancier.
Since you're on the...
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack.
Goddamn shit.
Are you really smuggling weapons?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Il faudra enclencher un magnétophone
How
en
is the
fait.
situation around here?
You wanna
Genre,
hear the situation
ah lui
is
il m'a
alright?
dit ça.
It's fucking awful.
Donc il
We
faut que
lack
j'aille
everything,
voir elle.
And it's getting worse every day.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among
Pourquoi
your
vous êtes une merde, monsieur Milton? Dites-moi tout.
Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
I'd like to see you...
Wise choice, Dr. Reed.
Oh le fusil. Des boulettes. Morceau de poignée, poudre d'alu. Éclat d'alu.
It's safer here than anywhere else.
That was fast.
I'm afraid the trail of breadcrumbs leads...
Is that so? Why?
Now it's time for you to be patient. It would seem that your blackmailer is part of a more complex machination whose root is in Whitechapel.
Machination? Do you suspect another immortal is involved?
There's no remote, so I won't let them.
I hadn't considered that eventuality.
Do be careful, my good doctor. When immortals are involved, the stakes tend to escalate quickly.
I'll return with
Quickly.
case solved.
Hey, tu es dans la
carried on my
kitchen,
shield.
tu me fais ça quickly.
That was...
I'm afraid the
Is that so?
now it's time.
Mash it,
I had.
do be...
I'll...
Putain, tu as la même chose. I'm afraid. Ariette. Pipa est tellement, ça tombe bien. Pipa.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening.
Ah, voilà.
I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes, Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
Si vous vous
The
faites
rules say I won't be
choper
allowed to work as a nurse anymore.
dans le KGB, vous êtes
We
viré.
break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke. But we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, sir.
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon.
Chirurgien en chef.
War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
How close are you to Miss Hawcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all.
It's broken
Arm busted
inside.
on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's...
You do realize she's...
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Pas drôle
So
d'être
do
un
you let
vampire.
her bite?
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less...
Oh, je la laisse me mordre un petit peu. Bon.
And it's another
Des
good
délires,
reason
hein.
for me to stay here, Doctor.
Délire sadomaso, vous connaissez, docteur? Bien sûr, je suis un
How is
habitué.
your step?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars. If you get my drift.
Who is treating you?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Mais de l'eau froide.
Goodbye for now.
The pain.
Je vous pique vos médicaments, monsieur. Oh, Thelma et Louise.
Good evening, Miss Howe.
I need blood.
Tell me, Thelma, what do you really know about vampires?
I saw one and he saw me.
Vampires.
I watched him hunt and kill. I
Je l'ai regardé, il m'a regardé, je l'ai regardé, il m'a regardé.
Died. And then I knew I was saved.
You mean you actually saw a vampire? Here in London?
Yes. And it has been the answer to my pain. I must drink and kill to regenerate my decaying body. I am a vampire too.
You have no idea what problems your claim could cause if heard by the wrong people, Miss Howcroft. You must stop this nonsense now.
Why fear the truth? Strange things live in the dark, Dr. Reed. Strange and ancient beings that were here before this island even had a name.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Would you say you...
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
Le syndrome du
Do you
vampire.
plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Bordel.
I'll leave you.
I leave you. Ok.
I'm supposed to be the paragon.
No, I can't help it.
Ouais, je les ai ratés.
It's locked.
Oh les salauds. La fiche de
Good
pute
evening,
donne la
sir. Dr.
clé.
End, you are...
Newton Blight. Oswald and I recently returned from the war.
Balade.
What can you tell me?
War was... Well, you know, sir. The stench of death everywhere. Your mates lying bleeding in the mud. Just praying to make it through and get home. Bloody nightmare.
I thought...
Yeah. The first time I was wounded, I had to protect the infirmary from hostiles. Twice.
Did you know Oswald Thatcher, but...
No. We met in the battlefield. I think we're in the same boat to France. We've stuck together ever since.
Why do you stay here now?
It's complicated. Since the war, Oswald's been really nervous with the idea of entering any hospital.
This is war.
Me.
War.
I've got my own issues.
Can you speak about them?
Rats, sir. Even seeing one, they turn me. Just want to run. It's that fear that stopped me from going after Oswald when he left.
You are always
I'm not giving up on bringing Oswald back to the hospital. I just need to convince him that he needs some help.
Perhaps he needs to reach that decision by himself.
Could you speak to him? He doesn't usually listen to doctors, but perhaps because you've been through it, you can talk him round.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight. Take care of yourself.
Pardon, j'ai loupé un dialogue.
Hello again.
Good evening.
Au revoir. Ah tiens.
What caused your phobia?
It happened last year following an artillery attack. I was trapped for 2 days in a hole under 2 dead soldiers. And there were rats.
Go on.
They started eating me as soon as I dozed. Gnawing at my ears, with fingers, lips. I couldn't move. Couldn't call for help.
I see.
No, you don't. You have no idea what it is to wake up buried under bodies. Fucking vermin eating your flesh. Oswald. He found me and saved me.
Goodbye.
Stop right now! There's one of them! Watch yourselves!
Raise your hands, I'm a sinner.
He's mine! I'll take him! I'll send you back in a fucking grave!
Kill. Attends, parce que j'ai pas regardé à l'intérieur.
I cannot enter.
Faut que je retrouve le chemin. Ouais, ils vont causer.
It's locked, all right.
Mais en fait, il faudrait que je rentre quand ils sortent. Et après, je reste à l'intérieur et je les attends. Putain.
I cannot enter.
Le sang. Ah bah non, voilà. C'est la zone de...
Sometimes you act like a real jerk, you know that?
Come on, Ozzy, don't be like that.
What, like someone who felt betrayed by the man he loves? Did you ever even try to find me? Rescue me?
No, it's not like that. I wanted to. I was so afraid to leave the hospital, not to be seen with you.
We survived this shit together. That's all that matters. I know you did your best.
Oh merde. Oh, CD. Oh, mais pourquoi vous vous cachez pour faire ça?
Fuck the wall, right? And fuck them all. Fuck the wall. Fuck them all.
Mais ça se fait pas, ça? Eh, je vous ai vu. Monsieur, je vous ai vu.
How do you feel about Oswald Thatcher? You are more than friend.
I love him. I love Oswald. We knew we wouldn't survive the war without each other. But I am terrified, Doctor.
What frightens you so much?
If people find out. Oswald says I'm ashamed, but it ain't that. It's more, well, you know. Never thought I'd love a man.
Enjoy your love. And enjoy life as long as you can, Mr. Blight. Don't let anyone
Mettez la langue la prochaine fois et je dirai rien, c'est bon.
I appreciate your kind words, sir. But it ain't that easy. It's all so new to me.
Goodbye,
Ouais, en fait, j'ai... Vous êtes homosexuel. C'est tout.
Hello again, Mr.
Yes.
Alors, vos sentiments pour Newton, à propos des sentiments de Newton.
Do you want to talk?
No, I really don't.
An irrational fear like yours is usually rooted in a
Est-ce qu'il va me donner la clé du bordel?
Perhaps it would help to talk
Parce
about
que
it.
techniquement ça fera une espèce d'enquête résolue. Mais à quoi bon enquêter sur des hommes gays?
Are you joking? I grew up on a farm, had a bloody fantastic childhood.
No,
Well, Doctor, are you...
Newton is conflicted about his...
It makes me sad and angry. It feels like the beautiful thing we have is somehow tainted. It hurts to see him so lost.
His love for you is genuine. I'm certain he wasn't lying to me when he expressed his feelings for you.
Newton still has to accept it, knowing he'll be seen as a queer, a fairy, less than a man in those simple-minded bigots' eyes. Though he's more of a man than they'll ever be, so fuck them all.
Fuck them all.
I'm not ashamed to say it. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. I can't imagine life without him.
Why should you be ashamed?
I'm not, I said. But Newton sees it differently.
I admire...
Courage is what we needed in the trenches, looking death in the face every day. I speak plain. I speak my mind.
Have you always been this straightforward?
All I know is, before you saved me by the sewer, my only regret was I wouldn't be able to hold or kiss Newton again. I love him, that's all.
Mr.
No. Since I came back from the war, I spent most of my time and energy just trying to forget.
I understand what you mean. I was a soldier too.
No. Nobody can truly understand what I've gone through.
Why were you...
I went by the canal after an argument with a friend. Got chased by these fucking wankers and had to barricade myself in, despite my claustrophobia.
Tell me about your claustrophobia.
That's what the bloody doctor said. But I don't want to go to a hospital.
J'aurais peut-être dû lui parler de ça avant de lui dire... Oui, c'est un de vos problèmes d'enfance.
Why did you run?
Newton wanted me to go to a hospital. I can't stand being closed in.
Mais dis pas pourquoi il est claustrophobe, bordel.
Oswald.
I don't trust doctors. All they care about was their careers and processes. I won't be locked in any room again by anyone.
Your fear of being trapped is not going to go away by itself. You need professional help.
I've seen enough butchers in white
On file des antidépresseurs et puis c'est bon, ça va passer.
Chemicals and death. What I need is fresh air.
Goodbye, mister.
Il s'est enfermé l'autre là. On y retourne, bébé.
Watch yourselves! This one is...
Tiens, bouffe. Bon, on va retourner sur les lieux. Je me suis encore trompé de côté? Ah bah oui. Carrément.
When I get back, I'll have a word.
Get back.
Best stay back, sir. Sir, step away now.
Peux-tu te téléporter s'il te plaît? Non?
It's an leech. Kill it.
Faut que je les kill pour ouvrir la porte.
Fuck!
Merde le con. Je suis passé par là la dernière fois. Par là surtout.
Die, vermin!
Mais merde! Pourquoi on auto-paumé dans le jeu? On fait chier. Ouh, on a fait mal le con. Ah, d'un certain point de vue, c'est pas plus mal. Oh putain. Alors, à gauche. Get over here. Get over here. Je les kill pour à la porte encore comme d'hab. Le mec qui tombe du toit, tranquille. Ouais.
I cannot enter.
Putain, mais pouvoir se TP en fait, c'est genre. Tu peux passer n'importe où. C'est vraiment fou la TP. Il est mort, ok. Ce serait bien que...
Hello, young man.
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not.
Your father is...
So my father...
Oh, ce bâtard. Laisse-moi entrer.
My dreams are so
Entrez, monsieur. C'est bon ça, genre... Laisse-moi rentrer chez moi. Laisse-moi cambrioler ta maison. Oui, monsieur.
So, may I...
I'm not
Est-ce que tu
bothered.
peux me fournir
What could be...
une information
Do you know
Yes,
digne de ce
I
nom?
know her. She came here to examine me when I was very sick. She said I should go out more.
Forgive my...
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
You have a roof?
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. But I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
How do you...
I'm fine.
Speaking of which, what can you tell me?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot
Mais
things.
c'est bien.
That's all I have to say.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father
Leave
about
this
it?
place.
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
Forgive my...
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first
Pas que ce
place.
soit ici
It was
ou...
my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
Que tu
You have
sois
a roof
ici
over your
ou...
head, a place to call
ou à
home.
l'hosto, en fait,
Many people here are not as lucky.
t'es pas
That's
plus
exactly what my
protégé.
father says. Harry,
Suffit que tu sortes
you
fumer
should
ta
be
clope et
grateful for what you've got.
t'as un squal qui va venir
But
te
I wasn't
défoncer,
even
quoi.
consulted when we moved here.
Goodbye, young man.
Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
Putain, le quartier. Ah,
Excuse
la
me,
fatigue,
sir.
c'est la plus grosse
I
maladie
have
du
a few
monde, hein, putain.
questions for you.
Another journalist?
Excuse me,
I didn't
sir.
answer the first one, so piss off.
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson's son, but Colossus Joe
Joe
at most.
Peterson.
And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
May I
I
ask?
do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off. Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you?
Il faut vraiment parler à tout le monde,
I
hein.
guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy?
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the
C'est bien, j'en apprends plein sur Dorothy en fait, mais sauf que je la recroiserai peut-être jamais.
Harry doesn't seem...
I've always put my son's interests above everything else, whatever he may think. Our house is small but affordable. The walls are thin, but the door is solid.
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and joy. Even if he hates me for the choices I make and pushes me buttons more than he should.
No more regrets.
Do you have any regrets?
Only one. Not to have my beloved wife by my side. She died when Harry was little. My sweet Jane. She gave the boy confidence.
Since the criminal nature...
No one will ever take my son away from me. If that ever occurred, I'd hunt the bastard down and rip off his head with my bare hands.
Goodbye.
C'est chiant de faire le pigeon voyageur.
Good evening, Harry.
Sure. Even my dreams are soaked with
Genre, ton père il m'a dit ça sur toi. Non.
Goodbye, young man.
Is there only pain and suffering?
Bonjour, monsieur.
I'm Dr. Reed.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night...
Oh putain.
Have you... Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse then?
J'aime bien. Alors ça, tout le monde qui dit ah ouais, très gentil. Nurse Crane, oh très magnifique. Très bonne, très gentille, soigne gratuitement. Quoi? Cette connasse!
Yes, she's a nurse.
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Donc c'est une bonne personne.
How is business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all. What you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Violent?
Yeah. A few nights ago, some
Where did this happen?
in the closed workshops nearby.
Have you
Ouais, nouvelle enquête. Ouais. Il a pas de questions personnelles. Yes. Il est où Peterson? Il est rentré à la maison.
Is there only pain and suffering?
Il est barré là-bas, l'autre con. Eh Peterson, on te traite de fils de pute dans ton dos. Vous aimez maltraiter les gens.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
J'aurais pu
Most
refuser.
people don't. I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that. Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Goodbye, Mr.
Pigeon. Tu sais, les mecs, ils sont à 2 mètres l'un de l'autre. Ils sont pas capables de se parler, putain. Merde. C'est comme s'il y avait 2 forgerons qui étaient à côté l'un de l'autre, qui y en a un qui me disait hey, tu peux aller chercher l'autre forgeron un peu de fer s'il te plaît, j'ai besoin du fer pour forger ton épée. Tu vas voir l'autre forgeron, tu lui fais eh, ton pote il a besoin de fer, tu peux m'en passer? Je ne vous fais pas confiance, amenez-le moi. Tu retournes voir le forgeron, tu lui fais il a pas confiance en moi, est-ce que tu peux aller le voir pour qu'il aille chercher le fer pour que tu puisses forger mon épée? Bien sûr. Putain, merde, fais chier.
It's never We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most
What do you know?
Harry's a good boy, but he spends most of his time complaining. He's had it tough, all right, but he needs to grow.
What troubles him exactly?
But despite being his father's son, almost everything, I think. He never wanted to come to Whitechapel in the first place. Hates this place more than most of us.
Goodbye for now.
Goodbye, fils de pute. Open the door, motherfucker.
Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
Non.
So,
oh putain,
your father was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother
Il est
died.
venu après la mort de ma mère,
Or was
ou
it
alors
after my
c'était
father
après que
started bullying
mon
him?
père se mettait
I don't know.
à inquiéter, donc bon.
but you are not responsible for your father.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about
Mais
me.
va te suicider,
Have
putain!
you tried?
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
Goodbye, young man.
Je sais
Is there
toujours
only
pas
pain
dans ce
and
cas.
suffering
Goodbye, Mr.
Bon, fais voir si t'as un dernier dialogue, parce que...
Goodbye for now.
Ok, donc on va en rejoindre un refuge. On va aller se poser dans mon lit. Je viens de penser à un truc. Tu sais, je me disais, juste, hein, moi qui disais à peine il y a quelques jours que de voir, c'est mou, ça manque d'action. « 810 d'XP, c'est bon ça ?» Science. Sphère Mother Art. Demande votre capacité sanguine. Soif. Jauge d'endurance. Voilà. On va pouvoir se laisser là-dessus. Ok, donc je vous fais des bisous. Je vous aime. Restez métal. Et surtout, portez-vous bien. Demain, on va taffer sur God of War. En fait, en mode jour pair. On va dire lundi, mercredi, enfin jour impair, on va dire lundi, mercredi, vendredi et dimanche. On va taper Vampyr. Et jour pair, on va taper God of War. Mardi, jeudi, samedi. Si ça va. Si c'est clair. À demain.